Hello YouTubes, I hope you can hear me okay. There's definitely going to be some wind noise, I apologize for that. So we're just going to go ahead and upload 3 phone conversations I had with these tyrants, and I just feel like it needs to be made public what we as humans are trying to deal with on a day-to-day basis. So yeah, I'll let you guys listen to if you choose or whatever. I don't really care a whole lot, but yeah, like I said, if you choose to, I'm not going to edit any of the clips, so there's probably close to a half hour of phone calls, so just go ahead and skip through whatever you want to do. But I do just really feel like people need to know how other so-called human beings are treating other human beings in this society nowadays. So yeah, we'll just get this out there and hopefully somebody picks it up and shares it around enough that well, I don't believe we're ever going to see change, but at least we can have our voices heard. So yeah, and yeah, we're obviously sailing right now. And this will be posted later on tonight when I'm have some time on my hands on Anchor. I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Good. I'm just phoning in response to a customer concern that you put forward in the store here.
Yes.
I just kind of wanted to get your take on it and see what the deal is here, because I'm hoping that there's some stuff that I should look at that we could better improve.
Well, I thought I was pretty clear. I was under the impression I'd be getting a phone call from the regional director, but I guess that's okay. You're here, so I'll talk to you.
Right.
Basically what happened, I went into your store just like any other day of the week. I was there the day before, in fact. No problems at all. Just a normal shopper out to buy my groceries. And that's all I can ever expect when I go into a public place, obviously, right?
Right.
So anyways, your man behind the deli counter decided to take it upon himself to leave his deli counter and follow me through the produce section, constantly harassing me non-stop. I asked your employee several times to leave me alone. I told him he was harassing me, and he would not stop. I told him to go back to his deli counter, do his job, let me be. I'm just a man trying to shop for groceries. But he could not let it go. Your man followed me for a good 5 minutes through the store, till I finally told him, look, buddy, you are pissing me off. Fuck off. Go do your job. Plain and simple. So that was that. I wasn't overly upset at this point in time. I just carried on with my grocery getting.
Yeah.
It was when I got to the front of the bulk aisle, just around the corner from produce, obviously, you know that. I was met by the same deli counter man, a so-called store manager at your facility. He's barely even a human in my opinion, but we'll call him a store manager because that's what you people decided to call him. And some random lady.
I am the only store manager. He was probably a manager on duty.
It said operations manager on his badge.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's Steve.
Okay, so anyways, so this clown said, I said, oh great, a manager. I was actually going to talk to you before I left the store. I said, your employee has followed me around the store and nonstop harassing me. So what this manager said to me is, no, he wasn't harassing you at all. I said, what are you talking about? He followed me around the store. He said, no, he wasn't harassing you and you were rude to him, so you have to leave. I'm like, are you insane? Your employee needs to be disciplined right now. You cannot follow people around a store. And the manager said, no, that's perfectly fine. That's what we do here. So at that point...
Can I ask, why was it that the employee approached you to begin with?
Because I wasn't wearing a face mask.
Okay, so did he offer you a mask in the store, or like how did that happen?
The whole time he was following me, he was offering me a mask, and I told him I'm exempt. I'm not wearing one. And he just kept on following me, kept on harassing me. Go put your mask on. Go put your mask on. Non-stop following me while I shopped while he was supposed to be behind his deli counter doing his job. But instead, he decided to follow me and harass me about a mask that I told him I was unable to wear.
Okay. I think I do know that.
Well, yeah, your employee recorded it, so I'm sure you've all seen it.
No, well, someone recorded it?
Yeah, the employee, the deli counter man, recorded the whole thing.
Oh, okay, no, I haven't seen that.
So anyways, at this point in time, and I'm not without fault here, because, you know, I have patience, and my patience will get pushed eventually.
Right.
And as soon as that manager decided to agree with his employee and try and tell me that it's okay to harass the public that are trying to support your business, I completely lost my temper at that point in time. So I'm not saying that I'm without fault by any means. However, if I wouldn't have been provoked by this clown that should have stayed behind his deli counter and done his job, I would have been in and out like any other day.
Right.
Instead, I suffered severe trauma at the hands of your employees.
I think I do know this incident now, but
Well, I would think so. It was a pretty big incident.
Yeah. But I think there's a couple of things that I've heard that I haven't heard from you. But did you also tell a customer to fuck off?
Oh no, of course not.
Oh, okay. Well,
Not at all.
what I heard.
No, not at all. The only person I ever talked.
In the end of this incident as well, there was some physical violence as well, was there not?
No, not at all, sir.
You didn't push your buggy into the manager?
I pushed it towards him. It took everything in my power to refrain from hitting him with it, but I did not touch him with it.
Right. I'm not going to, I understand that this may have been handled incorrectly from the beginning. There's absolutely some, well, I'll start by saying we do allow or ask all of our team members.
Well, that's not what your corporate policy says.
I haven't finished yet. We talk to all of our team members about asking our customers if we can get them a mask from the front end, if they would like us to provide a mask. Once the customer identifies themselves as being exempt from wearing a mask, then we ask all of our team members to take their word on that and to move forward. Leave it alone. It's because we're not security. We're not the police. We shouldn't be questioning if somebody tells us they're exempt. We should leave it at that. Absolutely.
Absolutely correct, and that did not happen whatsoever in this instance.
So that would be a concern that I do need to address because
Absolutely, because your management,
that absolutely has to happen.
your management is agreeing with it. That's the big problem here.
Well, the thing is and I hope you can understand this to some extent. We go through a lot of this in all of the stores, these kinds of incidents, and I always, as a store manager as well, try and back my team because they're under the stress of what they have to do from day to day, and it's important that I support them as a team. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm not going to talk to them afterwards and say, look, that was handled very incorrectly, or whatever it may be. But at the time, you always have to support your team that is in the store and then do the investigation after.
But how can you support a team member that's following customers around your store?
Well, I absolutely would have dealt with that. But,
Sorry, can you give me a minute? I'm sailing right now. I can't hear you on the minute.
oh, I'm sorry.
Just give me 1 sec here, please.
Sure, yeah.
Okay, go ahead. I can hear again.
Okay. So basically, I mean, I'm not saying that it was handled correctly because I don't think that it was at the beginning. I have heard a little bit different story about it. I heard there was a customer involved as well, and that customer,
Absolutely not. There was no customers whatsoever.
because the customer actually was a female and did leave her information.
There was an old lady that witnessed me talking to your deli man, but I did not say a word to her.
Okay, because she made a statement that you also told her to fuck off.
Absolutely not.
Okay, so at the end of the day, like I said, I will definitely talk to my employee about that. But I believe that this did escalate to be too far. I believe that
It certainly did, but it was all at the fault of your employee.
The intent of physical violence in the end.
There was no physical violence, sir.
There was no physical violence So you did not push your cart towards the manager and try and hit him with it?
No, not at all. Like I said, I refrained from doing so. I pushed it towards him as I was angry, but I refrained myself from hitting him because I'm not stupid and I'm not going to go to jail over an assault for something that retarded.
Right. I think because of that alone, I'm going to have to ask that you do not come back in the store.
Okay, that's completely unacceptable, and this is why I want to talk to your district manager, so
Okay.
you can go ahead and have him call me, as he was supposed to be the one calling me. You people, you have to realize, we are all human beings here, sir. Please listen, we are all humans here, sir, and we need to be treated like humans. When I'm being followed around a store, I am no longer being treated like a human.
Running high with everybody. This is not a good time for any of us.
So then why are your employees following me around, treating me like an animal?
Yeah, well, I think that's a different story than what I was told. Now, I don't know if he followed you around. He may have done that.
Do you have security cameras? Go watch them. I'm sure you do. He did follow me around.
Okay, well, I can, actually. I will. And he may have done that. But
He did do that. No may-haves. You are now irritating me, sir.
Okay. At the end, though, what I understand is that there was some intent for violence there. And that is unacceptable to me for any of my team members because I have to look out for their best interests.
Who's going to look out for the consumer?
Well, we look out for everybody as best we can.
Well, no, you don't. You follow them around until they get pissed off at the point where they say something.
Right. And like I told you, I will have a discussion about that with my team member.
Well, listen, I understand your team member. He's just a guy that works behind a deli counter. It's your manager that agreed with him that needs a serious talking to. That man should not be employed.
Right. So you think that the manager shouldn't stand behind his employees?
Absolutely not. When his employee is following somebody around a store for no reason? I told the man at least 10 separate occasions to leave me alone and stop harassing me, and he continued to follow me relentlessly.
From what I understand, you also told my female assistant manager you called her some inappropriate names as well.
Oh, most likely. I don't even remember what I said. Like I said, I was traumatized. I was in complete shock at the moment. I couldn't believe that there was such injustice happening right in front of my eyes.
Right. Okay. Well, like I said, I apologize for the incident for sure. I will speak to that team member that this whole thing evolved from, but I will also ask that you not return to the store.
Well, that's unacceptable because your store is open to public, and I am public, so I have no intention of listening to that silly threat of yours.
It's not a threat, sir.
Well, whatever it is, I'm not going to...
I will also call Barry, who is my regional director, and ask him to call you as well, shall we?
Yes, excellent, because I've been waiting to talk to that guy for 5 days now.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Now, what are you going to do to compensate me in the meantime?
I'm not doing anything to compensate you, Sheldon.
I'm pretty sure you could easily throw a gift card my way. That wouldn't hurt your status at all.
Not. I'm sorry, but that's not going to happen.
So you also feel like it's okay for your employees to follow me around the store then? That's what you're telling me right
you know
now.
What? I'll investigate further on that, but from what I understand, my employee asked if you would like to wear a mask and from the desk that we provide, and you said no, and then the statement that was given from the elderly lady was that you also told her to fuck off.
No, not at all. That is a complete lie.
Okay, well, I guess she's lying, and my team member is lying, and my manager's lying.
Well, obviously, yes, because if they're telling you what I'm not telling you, that's a lie, because I am telling you 100% the truth.
All right. Okay. Well, that's where I stand on the situation, and I apologize for everything that happened. I really do. Like I said, I know tensions are high. Things aren't great. I get it. I live it. But at this point, that's where I'm at as far as what my expectations are and where I'm going to be standing on this incident. So I apologize, and I'll have Barry call you.
Yes, please do. I'm looking forward to hearing from him.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
I'm waiting to hear from you for a few days now.
Okay. I did talk to Lee here earlier on, and he kind of summarized what was going on and said that he would like to speak with myself.
Yeah, absolutely. So here's the deal. I'm kind of being made out to be the bad guy in this situation, and nobody is really acknowledging the fact that a store employee followed me around a store without reason after being told several times to leave me alone.
Yeah, I think we're talking about two separate issues here. I do believe that Lee acknowledged the fact, although he didn't know for sure, that we may have handled the situation better, but that doesn't really cancel out the way you treated...
Yes, but hold on, sir. Please don't sorry to interrupt you, rather. The fact is, had he not followed me around, it would have been a normal day for everybody. Nobody would have had any sort of unpleasant experience. He was the aggressor of the situation, and that's what nobody has seemed to realize just yet.
Yeah, I'm not saying that didn't happen. What I'm saying is your conduct in the store is unacceptable.
Absolutely. I am not without fault in this situation, but like I said, had your employee not left his position behind a deli counter, he physically left his place of employment to follow me around a store for at least 5 minutes. And I told him at least 10 times, leave me alone, please. You know, what else am I supposed to do? You can only poke a bear so many times until you're going to get yourself into trouble, right?
So what would happen if someone, if you're in a situation that someone did something and you did something that was illegal in the eyes of the law? How do you think that would be presented in a court of law?
Not sure why you're bringing legal and court of law into this. I didn't do anything illegal.
Oh, you did? I mean, first of all, you know, I guess first of all, you verbally assaulted a
Okay, again, you're skipping past the original incident. Was your employee following me without reason? What happened after the fact, I have already said. I should not have acted the way I did. However, what needs to be addressed is that your employee pushed the situation. It was all on your employee. Had your employee not followed me, I would never have said a word to him. He would never have said a word to me, and it would have been a normal, happy day for everybody. So yes, after the fact, I was acting unaccordingly. I'm not trying to deny that whatsoever. But none of that would have happened had he stayed behind his deli counter where he belonged and not chosen to follow me. And that is completely unacceptable. You cannot have store employees following customers around.
Yeah, you're missing my point.
You're missing my point. How are you not hearing me right now?
Okay, Sheldon, I'm gonna tell you something here.
Okay.
That in my eyes, this is two separate issues. What you said to our assistant manager is unacceptable, and pushing the buggy into our operations manager is also unacceptable.
Towards your operation manager, not into him.
Sorry?
Towards your operation manager, not into him.
Okay, towards the operations manager. That's a form of physical aggression, and that's not going to be accepted. And because of that, you're not allowed to shop in our store. You're banned from the store.
Well, your ban means absolutely nothing to me, no disrespect, but I'm a free man and I'll go where I choose to go.
You know it's private property. Do you know that?
It's open to public, so you can...
No, it's private property. We allow the public to come into the store, and I'm telling you that you are no longer allowed in our store, in our Canby location, just as Lee explained to you.
Well, I'm telling you that I don't, I'm never going to listen to that. I mean, I can go where I choose. I'm a free man, so... I don't live in Vancouver, so I really don't care about your Canby store. But if the opportunity happens to be there, I will go in there just for the fun of it, just to say hi to all you fools. You are not stopping me from going where I please. I am a free man.
Well, if we identify you at the door, you'll be stopped, and the police will be called.
That's great. They can call the police all you want.
Okay.
Okay, so...
As long as you understand that you're banned from that store.
Yeah, that's fine and dandy. Now, what I want from you is what is going to happen to this employee and to this manager that are allowing people to follow them around stores.
We're not talking about that.
That is precisely what we're talking about. That is the whole reason this situation happened. Your employee followed me for no reason around your store.
Sheldon, you addressed that with our store manager.
So why don't I have any closure?
Sorry?
Where is my closure then?
Where is your closure?
Yes. What are you going to do about your employee that's following customers around your store?
Lee is following up on that, and I will connect with Lee on that, and I can give you a call back if you like.
I would love that. Because this sort of tyranny cannot happen. You cannot have store members following and harassing your customers. That is plain and simple. And I'm sure you could agree with me on that.
That's your perspective. I will follow up on it.
Okay, so what is your perspective on an employee following a customer around a store? How do you justify that?
Well, I'm not justifying it either way. I don't know that. I'm going to have
Of course you know that. I'm telling you that. What do you mean you don't know that? Now you're insulting my intelligence and you're calling me a liar. What is wrong with you, sir?
I'm not calling you a liar.
Then why can't you accept the fact that I was followed around without justification in your store by one of your employees?
There's always two sides to a story, Sheldon, so I have to understand the other side before I comment on that.
Well, what's to understand about a man that will not leave me alone, persistently following me for no reason? I would sure love to understand why he was following me too.
I don't know that there was a reason or not a reason, or whether he was following you or you perceived that he was following you.
Of course he was following me, like I told your store manager. Watch the security camera footage.
Sheldon, what I just said I would do is I would follow up with Lee, the store manager, and I'd phone you back on this. So if you'd like me to do that, I'll do that.
Yes, I would like you to do that, because this is completely unacceptable and this cannot happen.
I will follow up on it. I'll give you a call back. How's that sound?
Okay, thank you.